My name is Nora Jones. I'm from Columbus, Indiana. I'm a music major, and my thesis advisor's name is Mark Burford. The title of my thesis is Men's Space and Women's Place, sampling African American female singing voices in rap music. Sampling is taking little snippets from recordings that exist already and kind of using these little sounds, be they vocal shouts or trumpet riffs or anything that you want to take out and put into a new track, and using them, completely recontextualizing them into a hip-hop song. My thesis concerns male producers and rappers using black female singing voices as samples in their rap songs. By black female singing voices, I don't mean just any black woman singing voice. I mean a very specific stereotype, mostly epitomized by gospel music. I found that even when the songs I'm looking at aren't specifically talking about gender relations, there's still a very clear sort of gender hierarchy that comes about even in sampling these songs. In one song that I analyzed called Tear Your Kingdom Down by the Dysfunctional Family, they kind of rely on the woman's voice to appeal to the heart, but then they leave themselves to kind of deliver the main intellectual point of the song as opposed to letting a woman do it, which I think is pretty interesting, and it's consistent throughout all the songs that I looked at. I've been listening to rap music pretty much all my life. You know, it was a huge part of my upbringing. Throughout my time at Reedie, I've also been increasingly interested in gender. And so I figure, you know, everyone writes about women in hip-hop, women rappers, singing, or female singers actually being in the studio with male rappers, but nobody really talks about the gender dynamics in sampling when, you know, when the women aren't there in the studio, when they actually don't have any real say into how their voices are used. And so I thought it'd be an interesting thing to look at. Looking at all these different rap songs and then going back and listening to the original tracks that they sampled from, it just kind of really widened the scope of music that I listened to. I could never say that I would just listen to gospel just because it was fun before, but now I do, and I really love it. Probably the hardest thing for me during my thesis was learning how to research without just kind of going down the rabbit hole and researching way too much and trying to cover way too much, because everything was just so interesting that, you know, had I been able to just run with it, my thesis would have been about 1,000 pages, I'm sure.